Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Dionysius. The name Dionysius is derived from the ancient Greek elements delta iota omicron, Dios, meaning of Zeus, and nymphs sigma alpha, meaning Nisa, which is the name of the mountain where rain nymphs raised Dionysius. Dionysius was born of Zeus and the mortal princess of Thebes, Semele, after Zeus appeared before Semele as a fellow mortal and seduced her. Zeus often antagonized his wife, Hera, with his many adulterous affairs, and Semele was no exception. When Hera learned of the union, which had resulted in a pregnancy, she tricked Semele into demanding proof that Zeus was indeed a god by appearing before her in his divine shape. Although Zeus protested, Semele insisted. Mortals could not look upon a god in his full and true form without instantly perishing, and this is exactly what happened to Semele. Before disintegrating in the light of Zeus's full glory, Semele gave birth to a premature Dionysius. Zeus took the tiny baby and stitched him into his thigh until Dionysius was a fully mature baby ready for rebirth. It is for this reason that Dionysius is often referred to as twice-born. Zeus gave the baby to the rain nymphs of Nisa to nurse and raise him outside of Hera's wrathful eye. In his youth, Dionysius discovered how to cultivate the grapevine and extract its valuable liquid, thus becoming the god of the wine harvest. Dionysius personified wine, revelry, ecstasy, and even hedonistic debauchery. For many of the ancient Greeks and Romans, cults and festivals grew up around Dionysius and Bacchus, respectively. The loss of inhibitions produced by intoxication was believed to bring one closer to a divine state. However, people in states of inebriation are also known to provoke hysterical and uncivilized behavior, so much so, the Roman Senate outlawed such festivals by the 2nd century BC. After the Christianization of Europe, Dionysius became the poster child of unchristian-like activities and selfish indulgence. However, we will always think of him as a good-time Charlie. What's wrong with a little fun, after all? Given names which have derived from Dionysius not only include Dion and Dion, female, Dion, but also Dennis and Denise. Personality of the boy named Dionysius. The number 9 personality represents the completion or ending of the cycle, and a need for perfection. This is the personality that moves from self to a greater understanding and compassion for the human condition and the world order. They want to make the world a better place. 9s are capable of great spiritual and humanitarian achievements. They are courageous and fearless, able to fight great battles on behalf of worthy causes. These personalities will not tolerate injustice. They are compassionate people with a strong sensitivity to others. They are able to both educate and inspire. Friendships and relationships are the lifeblood to the 9, and they place a high value on love and affection. 9s are often exceptionally gifted artistically, and they have a keen imagination and enterprising mind. Popularity of the boy named Dionysius. Dionysius has never held a position on the U.S. male naming charts. The name is far too exotic for the average American palate. Not to mention Dionysius's connection to drunkenness and debauchery probably turns off not just a few morally upright parents. Still, the name is loaded with mythological interest and imbues a quality of general, good fun. Quick facts on Dionysius. Gender, boy. Origin, Greek. Number of syllables, 4. Ranking popularity, not applicable. Pronunciation, Dionysius, Dionysus. Simple meaning, Zeus of Nysa. Characteristics of Dionysius. Independent, philanthropy, perfection, intuitive, oneness, idealistic, multi-talented. Cultural references to the baby name Dionysius. Literary characters of the baby name Dionysius. One of the more memorable legends surrounding Dionysius in Greek mythology has to do with King Midas of Phrygia. In the story, a beloved companion friend of Dionysius's, Silenus, wandered off from the party and was found drunk and confused in the woods of Phrygia by some peasant folk. The intoxicated old man was brought to the king, Midas, who immediately recognized Silenus as one of Dionysius's mythical horse-like followers. He thus treated Silenus with gracious kindness, housing him for 10 days. In turn, Silenus regaled Midas and his friends with story and song. On the 11th day, Midas returned Silenus to Dionysius, who, so pleased to have his friend back, offered Midas any wish. Without hesitation, Midas asked for the power to turn to gold anything he henceforth touched, and the god granted Midas his wish. Overjoyed, Midas went about turning everything to gold, a twig, a rock, as he ran home to celebrate with his family. Reality quickly turned to horror when, during the feast, Midas not only turned his food and wine to gold, rendering them unfit for consumption, but his wife and daughter, as well. Yikers! Now lonely without his family and starving for food, Midas came to despise his Midas touch and begged Dionysius to strip him of this power, a power he impetuously once desired. Feeling sorry for the dejected king, the god consented and told Midas to rid himself of his golden gift by bathing in the river. When Midas submerged into the water, the river soaked up his power, sending gold flakes to the sandy river floor. Not coincidentally, Phrygia was renowned for its wealth and the first Greek place where gold coins were minted. Those ancient Greeks had an explanation for everything.